Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to Dimash singing Autumn Strong / Late Autumn. Is it the same or not? Let me know in the comments, because I've had a little bit of a struggle with understanding whether it's the same song or not, considering very similar results pop up whenever I search up either one. So tell me down below in the comments if you know. Make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and support me on Patreon if you want to see more of this and you want to make sure this does not end for a long time. Let's start. Yeah, I remember this outfit and this performance, but very much of it... Wow, that's interesting. I guess he really wanted to get people's attention. Definitely has an autumn vibe to it, I'll give it that. Amazing. I think this is Chinese. So far, this is like not just a song that involves autumn feel of music, but so far I can tell that it's just a big metaphor of having to let go of a few things in his life. I don't know what it could be, but that's just my thoughts also. I love how he just starts in his falsetto and has no sign of going low until who knows when. It's just like you expect the opposite from a male, and yet he gives you a female.
Until that happens.
I feel like I stopped on quite the moment right there, but I just wanted to ask, is this supposed to be a breakup song? Is it that really big of a deal? And again, it is that big of a deal in general pop music, but I'm just saying, it's one of the most used themes in songs in general. Love. A lot. Like a lot of love. He can do what he wants. I don't care. Did I just hear a key modulation upwards? Oh man, how incredible! gotta keep going.
一杯酒，清水泛舟。
Wow, that guy knows the song. That's quite the limit on vowels for so many words. And I mean words in English. Just like I cannot. This dude just keeps making too much that is too much for my little heart. Actually, yeah, it's a good thing anyway. I'd rather have a smaller one than most females that have one this enormous size. Because that's when they cry on almost everyone. They're just like, too much. But I'm just like, back to what I was gonna say. Too much flipping from falsetto to mixed voice. It's just like, no, that was not the best type of a flip. I do not know how to blend each of them. I only know how to use them each in their own ways. I'm still learning, by the way, do not judge me. But just the fact that he's able to have that type of control, the absence of negligence from either one of them, it's like so smart. It's so genius because when you're able to do both, you're able to keep your voice as healthy as possible. If I can't sing like this, something ought to be wrong with my voice because I almost always sing in that type of way with my falsetto. And I always sing like, with my chest. If you're not able to do both, or you're able to do one but not the other, something's wrong with your voice. Here's the thing. I've heard that your head voice slash falsetto, same diff, being able to save your voice from trauma if you're able to use it well. And I feel like I can use mine pretty well, if I must say, even if it's not like his. But then again, when I listen to his falsetto, it sounds a lot like a mezzo-soprano equivalent. Mine is more like a coloratura soprano slash regular soprano equivalent. Back to my point, doing a little bit of both, it saves your voice. It saves your voice. That's all I was trying to say. Nice. Very, very nice. Keeping it open yet very small and bird-like. By contrast, many singers who sing that high in falsetto while trying to keep a pure tone will do it like this. As in, the phantom of the opera is that. That's when you, let's just say, let out all of it. He's keeping a tiny bit back for the emotion of it, but not so much that it sounds like, where it's too small and too covered and too whiny. You're able to hear the classical tone in it, but balance out the nasal resonance and the hooty low larynx position because of opening up the whole way. And I think that's so smart. Let's continue. That's so funny. The guy with the long hair just went like, yep. And that's me on the inside. Even when I'm just watching him and I'm not trying to make a reaction video, sometimes I'll be like, it sounds like him. Even though, regardless, I'll be like, in the back of my mind at the very least. But the fact is, he went up another modulation. I was thinking, is he gonna do it? And then it left my mind because of how long he stayed in the first one. We started in B minor, and then we went up to C minor for a bit of time. And then out of nowhere, when he was up in those high notes of falsetto, you know, the yes, I can do that too. He changed the modulation upwards again. It's just so cool that you never know when he's gonna do what. You are just like, when are you gonna do it with me this time? No, it's gonna be cool, but I still wanna know. Like, give me! I'm gonna get off my excitement box now. Wow. That face. Ugh, excuse me.
So gross.
It's just like so in the moment, and the same when he was belting his head off like, ah! Even as a baritone, it's quite hard to like go up that easily. I'm doing it the octave down just so you can see what I mean. I guess how he's feeling with those notes is how I felt with the octave down. That could just be me, but tenor to baritone, you know? Tenors who can sing as high as females because of the fact that they are weightless in their chest voice and mixed voice. By contrast, baritones are way down slightly. Not as much as basses though. That's different because baritone is not as low as bass. Tenor is still not as low as baritone. I can sing high notes like tenors, you know, like Shawn Mendes. I can do the song that I can sing a tiny bit of the song that he sings. I don't want your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. Now, it won't be as good as him, but that's because I ain't that type of voice. I'm a baritone, I ain't a tenor. The point is, he did the same thing as us baritones feel, the octave down. It's kind of hard to, 1, comprehend, and 2, accept as fair. Okay, I think that might be a little bit of enough. Going back though, I just want you to hear how he was able to end it. Back to this, and then he basically went really high just from some soft notes. my falsetto were not as equivalent to the soprano voice type as it is right now, I don't know how I could sing that high, because his falsetto is much darker than mine, and it has nothing to do with larynx position. I mean, my larynx is like, when I'm trying to sing the E flat, and it still sounds much lighter. That's an E flat. Not this that I started on. That's a D. But whether I try to or not, my voice just is much lighter and brighter in my falsetto, and that makes me think that I am naturally equivalent to a soprano in my falsetto. Obviously the term is countertenor because male singing as high as female. Blech. At least when it comes to classical music. If my voice was as dark and heavy as his, and I'm talking about falsetto, my chest voice is much darker and heavier than his, I would not even know how to begin trying to even touch a high B flat, let alone a high C. The only reason why I can go beyond high C is because of like genuinely having the voice type most equivalent to a soprano in my falsetto. A mezzo-soprano in his falsetto, that's the equivalent, I imagine, because of it being much more dark. I mean, I can manufacture my voice, but it won't sound very pretty, as you heard before. Just no. Even at a normal one, I can't make it sound lighter than it actually is. It's just my falsetto is much more breathy. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about this. I mean, there's nothing else to say other than amazing, unpredictable, and powerful. I'll stop. And I hope you liked this reaction video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, click that notification bell for all notifications of my videos. You won't be able to figure out my next Dimash reaction otherwise. And join my Patreon page. It's for those who want to support my work financially so that I can continue what I do now as like my job, I guess, as well as give you guys some awesome rewards and perks. So with that in mind, I guess I shall see you in my next video. Bye!